Breaking news for Australian seniors. A massive $4,000 Centrelink payment has just been approved, and many are asking the same questions. Who's eligible? When will it be paid? And do you make sure you don't miss out? Stay tuned, because I'm going to break it all down for you in simple words. Welcome back to Pension Path, a the channel where we bring you the latest age pension updates, Centrelink news, and money-saving tips for seniors. If you or your loved ones rely on Centrelink, today's update is one of the biggest of the year. A $4,000 payment has been officially confirmed, and I'll explain everything you need to know about eligibility, payday dates, and how this will affect you. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's go through it together. The news about the $4,000 Centrelink payments has spread quickly, and many Australians who rely on the age pension or other benefits are wondering exactly what this means for them. When we hear a number like $4,000, the first question that comes to mind is, who is actually eligible? How is it paid? And when will the payday arrive? To clear up the confusion, let's go step by step through what has been confirmed, what the payments involve, and how seniors and pensioners can prepare for this support. The payment itself is not just an ordinary increase to the fortnightly pension. It is being described as a special lump sum that is intended to provide additional financial relief at a time when the cost of living is weighing heavily on households across the country. The government has been under strong pressure to assist seniors more directly because energy bills, groceries, rent, and everyday expenses have been climbing. A one-time $4,000 payment makes a real difference, particularly for those who feel that the regular pension payments barely stretch far enough. Now, how will this $4,000 payment be processed? For most people, Centrelink will deposit it directly into the same bank account where your age pension or other benefits are already paid. That means you do not need to apply separately or fill out long forms. Centrelink systems are generally designed to automatically include everyone who qualifies. If you already receive the age pension, the disability support pension, or in some cases, the career payment, you should be considered within the eligible group. The government has indicated that the rollout is meant to be broad so that those who are most financially vulnerable do not miss out. Of course, not everyone will be eligible. The payment is usually linked to certain thresholds and residency requirements. To qualify, you must be an Australian resident and currently receiving an eligible Centrelink benefit. There may be some income or asset test conditions, but in most cases, pensioners already meet those requirements. When we ask about the payday, this is where things get very specific. The government has outlined that the rollout will occur in stages, rather than sending $4,000 to every eligible person on the same day. That means some people will see the money arrive earlier, and others may need to wait a little longer. Payments are expected to begin within the next few weeks and should continue across the following month until everyone eligible has received their share. For example, if your usual pension payday falls on a Tuesday, you may see the lump sum land on that day or within a few days of it. For others whose payday is Thursday or Friday, the extra support should appear alongside or close to that regular pension. It is important to note that the payment is separate from the regular fortnightly pension. So, you should not expect that your normal payment will suddenly jump by $4,000 every 2 weeks. Instead, this is a one-off boost designed to land as a lump sum. Once it arrives, you are free to use it as you need, whether that means catching up on bills, putting aside money for future expenses, or simply enjoying some extra breathing space in your budget. The reason this payment is attracting so much attention is because of the timing. Seniors have been dealing with rising costs for quite some time, and there has been frustration that pension indexation, while helpful, does not always keep up with real-world price increases. A lump sum like this can feel like a lifeline. It shows that the government is acknowledging the pressure faced by older Australians and it is responding with something tangible. Still, it is wise to plan ahead for how to use this money. $4,000 can disappear quickly if it is not managed carefully. Many seniors may be thinking about putting part of it towards outstanding debts, electricity or gas bills, or medical expenses. Others may consider setting aside a portion as an emergency fund, since unexpected costs can arise at any time. And some might simply want to enjoy a small treat or experience they have been postponing, which is completely understandable. Another common question is whether this payment will affect other entitlements. For example, could receiving $4,000 reduce your eligibility for concessions, rent assistance, or health card benefits? In most cases, lump sum payments like this are treated as exempt, meaning they should not negatively affect your ongoing Centrelink benefits. However, if you are concerned, it is always worth checking with Centrelink directly or speaking with a financial counselor to understand how it applies to your personal situation. There is also discussion about whether this payment is a one-time measure or if similar support will continue in the future. At this stage, the government has only confirmed this particular payment. It is framed as immediate cost of living relief, not as a permanent increase. That means seniors should not expect another $4,000 payment automatically next year. But, as with many policies, public response and economic conditions can influence whether further support is announced down the track. For those wondering how to confirm when exactly their payday will be, the most reliable method is to check your MyGov account or the Centrelink mobile app. Once the payment has been scheduled for your account, it usually shows up as a pending or upcoming payment. You can also call Centrelink directly, although wait times on the phone can be long, especially when major announcements like this are made. For those who prefer paper, the government will also send letters to eligible recipients outlining the details of their payment. Another important detail is that the $4,000 figure is gross, meaning the full amount is deposited. It is not taxed before arriving in your account, and you do not need to declare it as taxable income. That makes it truly extra money in your pocket, with no deductions. This clarity is important because many pensioners worry about whether such payments might be reduced by hidden conditions. In this case, the government has tried to make it as simple as possible, a clear $4,000 lump sum, paid directly, with no catches. It is natural for some people to be skeptical when they first hear about a payment of this size. After all, rumors and misinformation often circulate about Centrelink changes. But this time, the confirmation has come officially, and the details about rollout, eligibility, and payday have been shared publicly. That means Australians can be confident this support is real and on the way. If you are budgeting, it is worth marking your expected payday on your calendar. Think about how best to allocate the funds once they arrive. Many seniors like to split lump sums into categories, for example, one portion for bills, one for savings, and one for personal use. Doing this can help ensure that the money stretches further and provides ongoing relief rather than disappearing too quickly. For couples who both receive the pension, the question often arises, will both partners receive the payment or just one? The answer is that payments are generally calculated per individual. So, if both members of a couple are eligible for the age pension, both should receive $4,000 each. That means up to $8,000 in total could be paid to a pensioner couple, which is a substantial amount of relief. This can make a huge difference for couples managing household expenses together. For singles, the payment is no less significant. It can provide peace of mind, helping to cover rent, utilities, or even travel costs to visit family. Many single pensioners often feel the squeeze more sharply, since they cannot split household costs with another person. A $4,000 boost is a chance to regain some stability and reduce stress. Looking ahead, this payment may also serve as an indicator of the government's willingness to intervene more strongly when the cost of living becomes overwhelming. If economic conditions remain tough, there may be further measures. But for now, the focus is squarely on ensuring that the $4,000 payment reaches pensioners as quickly and smoothly as possible. For anyone concerned about scams, be cautious. Scammers often take advantage of government announcements to trick people into sharing bank details or personal information. Remember, Centrelink will never ask you to provide your password or full banking information over the phone or by text. The payment will arrive automatically if you are eligible. You do not need to click links or respond to suspicious emails. Always go through official MyGov or Centrelink channels to confirm your details. By the time the rollout is complete, hundreds of thousands of Australians will have received the payment, injecting much-needed support into households across the country. The relief it provides may be immediate, but the peace of mind it brings can last longer. Knowing that a significant lump sum is arriving helps pensioners plan, reduces financial anxiety, and allows them to focus on other aspects of life beyond just surviving financially. So, the message is clear. If you are already on the age pension or another eligible payment, expect the $4,000 support to arrive soon. Keep an eye on your usual payday, check your MyGov account for updates, and prepare to make the most of this opportunity. It is rare for such a large lump sum to be provided, and it is a reminder that despite challenges, support is still being directed toward those who need it most. That's the full breakdown of the new $4,000 Centrelink payment, who qualifies, when it's arriving, and what it means for your pension. I hope this clears up the confusion and helps you prepare. If you found this update useful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Pension Path IUS, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an important pension update. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with more clear and simple guidance for Australian seniors.